basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche Latina, celebration of Latin culture in the league. It's
P3.
looking at Dallas. They want to turn it around after the loss to the Nuggets in Denver.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jump shots, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that.
Matthews against Redick. That's blocked by Carlisle.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Matthews into the lane. Nobody near Parsons. They get it back. Here's Carlisle. Excellent D there from Pierce.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next three quarters as well, Greg.
Griffin a screen on Matthews. Here's Redick, and he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
The later we get in the season, the hotter these teams have got. Your shooting leaders since the All-Star break in the NBA. Second, the Mavericks. Fourth, the Clippers.
And it's been a disciplined approach from both of these clubs offensively since the midseason. I mean, they're really getting good looks at the basket every possession, and you can see it's become a point of emphasis.
J.J. Barea is checked in for the Mavericks. And Doc Rivers passed the 700-win mark as a coach last season. He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc often gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well?
Matthews passes to Barea. At the elbow, it's free. Outside for Barea. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Freak. He's right around 9 points a night, just over 3 blocks and 8 rebounds. And his defensive presence inside, not to be overlooked. He builds a wall around the basket.
You know, over this last whole stretch of games, I mean, he's been shutting down the lane with absolute authority.
Anderson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Harris comes in for Wesley Matthews. Jordan the screen. Crawford, no one around him. Off target from outside.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
There's the pick. Here's Barea. An easy layup after coming off the pick. And the Mavericks lead by 12.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
Back to Paul. 6 on the shot clock. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Villanueva.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for DeAndre Jordan. Second in rebounding, second in blocks, and he's also number 2 league-wide in field goal percentage. You love his ability to score over the top of the defense.
And again, you know, look what he's done so far this season. Wiping the boards clean. Outstanding effort.
Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Paul. Rivers kicks to Smith, and it's blocked by Carlisle. And here's Barea. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. A nice shot by Anderson. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Smith's shot is good.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Barea dishes to Freak. Good D by Jordan.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Rivers can't get it to go.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Anderson right side. Pulls it up. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Anderson's got 5.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Barea with it. Dishes it to Freak. Anderson outside. Villanueva passes to Barea. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Harris. Another 3 for Dallas.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots.
And guys, over the last 2 seasons, Devin Harris has been a backup point guard, but one could argue that he's outperformed the guys that are directly ahead of him.
That's exactly right, Kevin. I mean, Harris came back to the team that he started his career with to be a support player, but injuries, trades, and generally poor fits elevated Harris's importance to the team.
Can't get it to go. Jordan with some nice D. Clippers trail by 16. Crawford outside. Puts one up from 19, and the jumper is on the mark. Crawford's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Boy, they're getting into a real groove from inside the three-point line, knocking down those mid-range jump shots.
8 of their last 10 have come from the mid-range.
Stevenson against Harris. Here's Smith, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Charlie Villanueva. That's his first foul. Jordan the screen. Crawford's got room.
And you can see they're struggling from the field.
But still early. I mean, they've just got to trust their offense and work to get stops.
Here's Carlisle. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Charlie Villanueva. Rivers, rebounded by Carlisle.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the board for them.
Yeah, +5. As you mentioned, that didn't take very long, did it?
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 17.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Crawford's shot is good. 8 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's the screen. Here's Barea. Again, the Mavericks score.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that
And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach.
You know, watching him kind of go through the...
Well, talking about a different look for Dallas. Carlisle, he's checked in for Pachulia. Villanueva comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Barea subbed in for Wesley Matthews. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Jordan's checked in. Mavericks leading by 17. So for the Clippers right now, inside it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Stevenson in at the 3 slot.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nuggets delivered quite a performance. He ended with 13 points and also dominated with his excellent defense and rebounding. He couldn't have shot the ball much better as he came very close to having a flawless shooting performance when it was all said and done. A pretty good night, Kevin.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, they ought to. I mean, when you've got a thoroughbred like him, I think you've got to ride him for as long as he'll carry you.
Smith checked in for J.J. Redick. There's the pick. Here's Barea. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Anderson, he's checked in for Chandler Parsons. And both free throws good for Barea. Clippers trail by 19. Jordan with a screen on Harris. Crawford drives in. That's good. Crawford's got 8.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Now here's Barea, defended by Paul. And Harris wide open. He shoots, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Josh Smith. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Rivers checked in. And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Villanueva. He has 5.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Crawford sets the pick here for Rivers. Hands it from downtown. Rivers has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
They set the pick. Now here's Barea. D right on him. And stolen by Jordan. And now the Clippers on the break. Nice shot by Smith.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Barea kicks to Freak. And stolen by Jordan. On, here we go. Crawford all alone.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
To the wing on the left. Anderson dishes to Barea. Screen by Villanueva. Back to Anderson. Latre. Rebound by Smith. Clippers trail by 12. Rivers kicks to Smith. Again, Los Angeles.
He is really having a good quarter, a strong quarter, an efficient quarter, doing a lot of positive things out there.
They set the pick. Kicks it to Villanueva. And that time, also a missed shot.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket. Boy, for Jamal Crawford, guys, it's been a really good career. Not many guys can maintain his level of quickness after 15 years in the league. I mean, but last season, he finally started to show a little wear and tear.
Here's Carlisle. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
And they just refuse to go away and really have slowly worked themselves back into the game.
Greg, I love the fact there's no quitting. I mean, they know they can't cut the lead down all at once. They're not trying to bite off too big a piece of the pie. They're chipping away at it, just banging at that rock, and trying to chip away at it. And so far, so good.
Good. Freak's got 9 points.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Rivers kicks to Griffin. Smith outside. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. And Griffin slams it in.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
And the shot is good. Borea's got 4 this quarter. And back to Crawford last season, he was down in field goal and three-point percentage. Plus, he battled with a calf injury that ultimately kept him out of 17, 18 games late in the year.
Yeah, Kevin, but his deep range spread the floor when he was out there. He still has that presence about him that you have to honor him. And he also hits some very timely shots. A dangerous assassin who always needs to be accounted for.
From past the arc, and J.J. Barea the bucket on the assist by Anderson. Borea's got 11.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for him.
Crawford outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. This one for 3. Mavericks with the rebound. Freak's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Anderson with the ball. Picked up by Rivers. Shoots from 12. And no good as it rattles out.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
That's a 2 from Smith. Rebounded by Carlisle. Freak's got 5 rebounds tonight. Left side, Harris. He feeds it to Freak. No good. Griffin with some nice D. Clippers trail by 12. Here's Rivers. He has 6. Now the dish to Griffin. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Griffin's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And really, that's what you want every time down the floor. A simple, high-percentage shot.
And so that's the end of the...
Well, thank you.
Now the third quarter. And the Mavericks with some changes. Carlisle, he's checked in for Pachulia. And Barea subbed in for Dirk Nowitzki. The Clippers also changing it up. Smith comes in for Blake Griffin. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for Paul Pierce. Carlisle, he's in at center. J.J. Barea is out there with Darren Williams. And it's Matthews. And it's Parsons in at the 4. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
Wow, what a clever pass that time by Chris Paul.
Matthews passes to Carlisle. Williams dishes to Freak. Back to Williams. From the high post. Shot is off. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Yeah, plagued by foul trouble throughout in that game. I think it just forced them into some rotations that they weren't comfortable with.
Yeah, and you know, the frustrating part, guys, is that's something that can be avoided. You know, you can correct that, but you've got to move your feet and keep your hands to yourself. You've got to show some discipline.
It's deflected and stolen by Jordan. And now the Clippers on the break. Paul kicks to Redick. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Redick's got 7. Mavericks leading by 12. Barea dishes to Williams. And Lance Stevenson picks up the foul.
Pretty early to be over the limit, Kevin. You'll have to watch the fouls from here out.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Mavericks? So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks.